Good evening, everybody. We're here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. I'm Dominic Kasulki as the River Bandits are facing off against the Wake Forest Fungo for the fourth time this season. River Bandits' first three times against them, 2-1. Their latest, a win, 9-6. Jay Bullock starting on the mound tonight. His first pitch is outside, and we're underway here in Tarboro. Jay Bullock, only 7 1/3 innings pitched for the River Bandits this season. His first start. That pitch gets in there for strike one. And the 9-6 victory against the Wake Forest Fungo just this past Tuesday. Had a big win. Ground out over to Johnny Wall. He scoops it up, throw over to first. Max Bernal at first, and he grabs it for out number one. Quick out for Jay Bullock. Exactly what the River Bandits need after an 8-5 loss last night to the Steamers. They went down early 5-0 in the first inning, so this first leadoff man being out is big. Big to get the confidence up for Jay Bullock. He hasn't pitched in a while. One quick out. Now Evan Harding at the plate as that sails upstairs, ball one. In the 9-6 victory, Armani Newton had an RBI, Cruz Newman had an RBI, Brandon Phillips had an RBI, Ethan Barnes had 3 hits and 2 RBIs, and Keith Gardner had a hit and 3 RBIs. Ethan Barnes had a home run that game. That bounces up in the dirt for ball two. So a big hitting game from the River Bandits against the Fungo their last time. They only won 7 innings. They still hit 12 hits in that game. They had 9 hits against them, and Wake Forest had 2 errors. Could have been the difference. River Bandits had no errors that game, and they won 9-6. 3-0 against Evan Harding to start the game. Pitch home, and that's outside. A 4-pitch walk on the second batter. Oop, what happened there? He called that a strike? Wow. That did not look like a strike. That was outside. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Bullock, and he gets the walk anyways. Not a 4-pitch walk. He gets the walk, but that's not a good sign to start the game. Had some questionable calls later in the game. The chat was also talking about the home plate umpire. We're hoping for an even better game tonight. We've had some games like that, and then we've had some great games as well. Hoping for a good game here from the home plate umpire. Already a missed call against the Fungo. But a man on first base gets a walk anyways. He pops that up over at third base. John Howard calling it off, and he gets it for out number 2. So the defensive alignments here for the River Bandits on the mound, Jay Bullock behind the plate, Josh Wilson at first, Max Bernal at second, J.V. Bell at short, Johnny Wall at third base, John Howard at left field, Ethan Barnes, center field, Boogie Saunders, and right field, Cruz Newman. Now 2 outs with Evan Harding over there at first. He's their center fielder. And Jason Arendt is at the plate. Runner goes. Throw from Josh Wilson over to second. The tag is not in time as Evan Harding speeds over to second. J.B. Bell has no play. Now 1 runner in scoring position. Jason Arendt trying to bring a run home early in this game. Jay Bullock looking at the sign from Josh Wilson behind the plate, taking a while now with a runner in scoring position. That runner's inching away, but that's just high. Arendt on the season. He's been a good hitter. He's hitting .275 in 71 plate appearances. Pitch home, big swing and a miss. Now 1-2 with Evan Harding in scoring position. Riverbend is trying to keep it at 0 to start the game, as like I mentioned last night. Tough start, trying to come back for the whole game and just wasn't able to get there. The 1-2 pitch, he holds up the appeal, and he did not go. 2-2. Well, Rent has 10 singles, 2 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 3 RBIs. He's in their cleanup spot tonight. Has Evan Harding at second. He's going to go. Pitch home is in the dirt, and there's going to be no throw as Bullock's release, giving runners plenty of time to get a good jump, and it's worked both times for Evan Harding. Already 2 stolen bases. No sac fly in play as there's already 2 outs, but a hit will definitely get that man in. Jason Arentz in a full count. Bullock with his payoff pitch. And that is low for ball 4. Bullock walks another batter.
The designated hitter, number 22, Jackson Ritecki.
Brings up Jackson Ritecki, their designated hitter. Jay Bullock's only pitched 5 games for the River Bandits this season. Only 1 of them have been home, and that was June 9th. I haven't seen much of Jay Bullock at all. Only 2 innings that game. He's been out of the pen every game. His first start this season. His pitch home. That's hit over to Johnny Wall. He makes a diving grab for the 3rd out of the inning. Great play, saves a run, and the River Bandits strand him on the corners. Wonderful grab from Johnny Wall over there at shortstop. We'll see it here in the bottom of the 1st inning. River Bandits bats trying to get hot with Armani Newton leading off. Armani Newton leading off in the 1st inning for the River Bandits. He's been the leadoff hitter ever since the All-Star break, and it's been working out. River Bandits 6 of their last 7 after the All-Star break. Had a 6-game win streak going as the Steamers broke that last night. Armani Newton swings and misses at the first pitch from Adam Smith. Looks at that one inside. as Coach Crosby switched it up on us a little bit. We thought Cruz Newman was at right, Armani Newton's at right, and Cruz Newman's going to be our extra hitter. And that pitch is upstairs and inside, 2-1. Adam Smith, I don't have stats from him for the Fungo. It's 2-1, and that's inside again. Missed inside the last 3 pitches. Adam Smith out of Leesville Road High School in Raleigh with a 3.64 ERA in his 2 years in varsity. Here's the 3-1, and he just fouls that off. First batter, and Armani Newton gets a full count. Trying to work that pitch count up already on Adam Smith. Armani Newton on the season batting .347. He's leading the team in RBIs with 17. Here's the full count. And that is low. Armani Newton works a leadoff walk for the game. Brings up Johnny Wall. Johnny Wall, who just made that amazing catch over there at shortstop. He saved a run in the first inning for Jay Bullock. Hopefully that gets his confidence up in his first game in a while. As that one's outside, ball 1 to Johnny Wall. River Bandits last night just kept scoring 1 or nothing in their innings. They only had 1 inning with double-digit scores, and that was the 9th inning with a Cruz Newman home run. Now 1-1 to Johnny Wall. They're trying to get on the board early as they've, before last game, were averaging over 13 runs after the All-Star break through 6 games. Here's the 1-1, and that breaking ball misses outside. Bats still did score 5 runs that game. The pitching didn't do enough to win it. Although the Bats had plenty of opportunities, had men on second and third multiple times, and just didn't get it going. Kept leaving them on the bases. And to beat the Steamers to win the championship, you can't do that. But that's a learning lesson. They beat them the night before 14-1. Now here's a 2-2 to Wall. He swings, spoils that off. Good pitch from Adam Smith. Armani Newton over there at first. He's been there for a little while now. As long at bat from Johnny Wall. Here's the 2-2. Spoils that off again. Good at bat from Wall. Wall now hitting .370 on the season. He was hitting over .400 for a little while when he first got here. And batting .370 now, it doesn't really mean he's cooled off because didn't have many plate appearances when he was hitting over .400. He's now a consistent .370 hitter with a .444 on base percentage. He's been great at shortstop. Here's the 2-2, and that is hit, maybe in no man's land. Nope, over to the left fielder, Jason Arendt, and he gets it for out number 1. Thought he hit it a little bit softer, but he lines it over to Jason Arendt. Cruz Newman now at the plate as he has been the home run hitter for the River Bandits. He's had some pop. He has 5 on the season and 50 plate appearances. Doesn't have as many as some on the team, but still leading the team in home runs. He had one last night in the 9th, as that's upstairs, ball 1. He just missed a couple home runs in that game as well. Finally got it in the 9th inning. He's looking to get scoring early for the River Bandits. And that's inside. Good job from the catcher, Austin Williams, to stop that. What is Armani Newton doing? He slides into second. He started walking over, and he got into second. Don't know how that worked exactly, but he was walking in the middle of first and second, and the catcher, Austin Williams, didn't want to throw it, didn't think he was really going, and he finally went, not in time, to get Armani Newton out. 2-0 now to Cruz Newman, looking for the pitch he wants with Essen Snyder on deck. Newton's in scoring position. Here's a 2-0, and he pops it up. Over to Jack Bowles at short. No, the third baseman, Tommy Martinez, gets it for out number 2. Esten Snyder now at the plate. Snyder batting .273 with a .418 on base percentage. He has Armani Newton in scoring position as he hits that into left field. Jason Arendt is getting under it for out number 3. 1 pitch, 1 out for Snyder. And the River Bandits strand Armani Newton over there at second. That'll be the end of the first inning. We stay tied at 0-0 as Jay Bullock coming out on the mound once again for the second inning. We'll see you here on YouTube Live. Hogan Stallings leading off. He's a 6 hitter for the Fungo. Jay Bullock on the mound again as Jay Bullock's first pitch is outside and low for ball 1. Hogan Stallings took the River Bandits deep in one of the games, I remember, and on the season, Stallings with 88 plate appearances has a .280 batting average, 4 home runs, and 16 RBIs. Looks at strike 1. Stallings has 21 hits on the season, 12 of them singles, 4 doubles, a triple. Mentioned those 4 home runs. Has 7 walks and 21 strikeouts as he pops that out of play. 1-2 to Stallings. Big framed lefty hitter if you see him on the screen. He is a big guy. Definitely has some pop to him. Those 4 home runs lead the team for the Fungo as he hits it foul, just foul down the first base line, as would have been a tough play for Max Bernal to get to it. River Bandits in the first inning stranded runners on the corners as Johnny Wall made a great diving play over there at short. Pitch home, that's grounded out this time to Max Bernal. Pitcher's Jay Bullock gonna take over first and tag first base for out number 1. Number 26 to number 25 for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 11, Alex Impasamato.
Bringing up Alex Impasamato, their right fielder. Bullock got the leadoff man out in the first inning, looking to get the second man out, as he did not in the second inning. In the first inning, excuse me. He had trouble with that second batter and walked him in 5 pitches. Looking to get the second batter, Alex Impasamato, out here in the second inning. His 1-0 pitch is in there on the outside corner. Home plate umpire was the first base umpire last night. Now a 1-1 pitch. Big swing and fouled it back. Jammed him a little bit. Coach Grant Crosby going out to get it. It's a very big crowd on the River Bandit side as it's ladies' night. Ladies get in free, so if you're not here, you're missing out on a beautiful summer night baseball game against the Wake Forest Fungo. Here's the 1-2. He pops that. Max Bernal running to get in foul territory, and he has no play as it goes into the bullpen. Jay Bullock from Brunswick Community College has a .433 ERA, 1 win, 2 losses, and 13 appearances. 1-2 pitch to Impasamato. Swung on, hit to Johnny Wall, and he makes another diving grab, his second of the game. Johnny Wall continuing to play some stellar defense at short. Crowd giving Johnny Wall some credit for his shortstop defense. He's looking great. Smokey trying to hype the crowd up even more. Jay Bullock now facing Jack Boyles, trying to go 1-2-3 in this inning. Big swing and a miss to lead off against him. Now 1-1 to Jack Boyles. Jack Boyles, their shortstop tonight. Here's the 1-1. That's low. 2-1 now to Boyles. Boyles on the season with 68 plate appearances, 15 hits, 11 singles, and 4 doubles. He does have 8 RBIs, 18 runs, 13 walks, and 14 strikeouts, batting .283. Here's the 2-1. That's down the middle for strike 2. Two and two. There's a pitch, grounded out. Johnny Wall going to take it, throw over to first. Going to be a tough play. Max Bernal gets it, not in time. He beats out the throw from Johnny Wall. Jack Boyles gets the infield single. Tough play for Johnny Wall and a long stretch from Max Bernal, just not in time. Bringing up Tommy Martinez. So they didn't go 1-2-3. He did get the ground ball, but a slow chopper over to Wall. Runner's going to go. Throw over from Josh Wilson to J.B. Bell. The tag is not in time. Josh Wilson put it on the money, but Jack Boyles beats it out. He is playing shortstop, an athletic player. Now our runner in scoring position, the 1-0. That's upstairs, 2-0. The Fungo trying to tie the series up 2-2 if they can get a win here tonight. They beat the River Bandits 8-6 in Tarboro and lost to them 11-1 in Tarboro, and then over in Wake Forest lost 9-6. That's hit into right field. That could be dropping fair, but it's going to go foul. Would have brought a run home. Armani Newton over there in right. Jay Bullock stepping off the mound for a moment. Coming back on in the 2-1 count. Fungo got the first hit of the game with the infield single from Jack Boyles. Runner looking to go. He gets back to second. Well, the throw over to second, tag him, and not in time. Jack Boyles really testing his luck over there at second. Got almost halfway there to third base before he started inching back. Jay Bullock just didn't realize. Bullock looks back over there. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball over his head. Now 3-1. It was really close to that 1-2-3 inning. Now in a tough spot. It's Tommy Martinez looking to walk in the 3-1 count. The 3-1 from Bullock. And that is low. Tommy Martinez works the walk. Now runners on first and second. Brings up the last hitter in their batting order. They use the extra hitter. And this is going to be their catcher, Austin Williams. As Josh Wilson going to have a talk with Jay Bullock. Another time with two runners on the bases, one in scoring position, looking to strand another two. Not a whole infield meeting, but Josh Wilson trying to get on the same page as Bullock. Could be telling them to speed up a little bit. They might go for a double steal. I've seen that here a lot in Tarboro with teams trying to double steal against the River Bandits, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Usually they go to third, and it's always fun to see that happen. I believe it happened last night where Phillips Daniels threw it over to third, and Preston Shelton couldn't scoop it up. It brought a run home. Tonight we have John Howard over there at third. His first start at third in a long time. Haven't seen him in the lineup in a while. He did pitch one inning against the Steamers. The pitch home, that's hit into center field. Boogie Saunders going to get that, and he's under it for out number 3. The River Bandits strand 2 once again and keep the game tied 0-0. River Bandits trying to get on the scoreboard as they'll have Max Bernal leading off in the second inning. You're watching the Tarboro River Bandits on YouTube Live. Bernal, our first baseman tonight, leading off the second inning for the River Bandits. He's in the 5 spot. As he hits that into left center field, Jason Arendt is under it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
The left fielder, number 10, Ethan Barnes.
That brings up Ethan Barnes, who's been our hottest hitter after the All-Star break, batting up to 408 now on the season. Looks at that one high.
That one.
Ethan Barnes, the 517 on base percentage now. That leads the team. Has 20 hits, 13 singles, 5 doubles, and 2 home runs. So he looks at another ball outside. Has 14 RBIs, 19 runs, 9 walks, and 12 strikeouts. A 2-0 pitch to him from Smith, and that barely misses him. He stood still, didn't try to back away from it. Almost got him. Barnes up in his average from 143 all the way to 408. Here's the 3-1, and that is low. Ethan Barnes works the walk.
The third base.
John Howard now at the plate. He's batting in the 7th spot after Ethan Barnes just worked the walk. Runner's going to go. That ball's outside. Going to be a tough throw. He tags him, and not in time. Was a great throw from Austin Williams, but the tag from their second baseman, Anthony Mitta, is not in time. Stolen base from Ethan Barnes. He's now in scoring position with John Howard. John Howard hasn't played much recently. His last game July 5th. It's been 16 days off. Looks at that one in there for strike 1. He did have a hit against the Clovers in that July 5th game. Has 2 RBIs on the season with 5 runs and 5 walks. Looks at that one in the dirt, bounces up, and Ethan Barnes is going to go to third safely. Now 2-1, sac fly in play for John Howard, trying to get Ethan Barnes home. River Bandits still without a hit, but they're in threatening territory against the Fungo with Ethan Barnes over there at third. He fouls that back into the netting. 2-2. Two and two for John Howard. Chance to get that third and maybe 4th RBI if he can hit it out of here. 2-2. The pitch from Smith. That's outside. He works it full. Boogie Saunders on deck. Boogie Saunders just made the final out in the top of the second at center field. John Howard in the full count. Here's the payoff pitch, and that is low. John Howard works the walk with Boogie Saunders on deck. Now runners on the corners with 1 out. Boogie Saunders now has John Howard at first. Ethan Barnes at third against Adam Smith. Looks at that one. John Howard's going to go. Now Ethan Barnes going to go home, and that's going to score 1 as John Howard gets into second safely as their shortstop, Jack Bowles, could not scoop it up cleanly. So a double steal John Howard and Ethan Barnes now scoring. 1-0 River Bandits. John Howard now at second. Pitch home. That's hit into right field. Alex Impasamato getting under it, and he makes the play for out number 2. J.B. Bell, our second baseman tonight, now at the plate. I mentioned last night, River Bandits did have 4 second basemen. Brandon Phillips wasn't playing second base very much this season until now. He played last night there. J.B. Bell grounds it first base side, but foul. Mitch Jones took over that second base spot for a while. Fernando Espinal came in. Started splitting time with him and J.B. Bell, so there was a lot of players splitting time at second, and Espinal left. Mitch Jones now left, and now it's J.B. Bell over there at second. Brandon Phillips played there last night. Missed a couple of line drives. J.B. Bell gets a start now. That bounces up. John Howard's going to run into third, and he's going to get there safely. One and one now to J.B. Bell. No sac fly in play, but J.B. Bell looking to bring John Howard home, make it a 2-0 ball game. The 1-1, and that's upstairs. On deck is Josh Wilson, our catcher. He's the bottom of our batting order. Then we flip it around. In the hole is Armani Newton, who led off the game for the River Bandits. The 2-1 to Bell, and that's low, 3-1. Adam Smith starting to lose his control a little bit. Smith only had 16 appearances in varsity pitching, was a hitter as well. J.B. Bell looks at it in the dirt, and that's going to be a walk. Doesn't get far enough for John Howard to run home.
The catcher, number 23, Josh Wilson.
Josh Wilson catching tonight for the River Bandits. He played July 18th against Wake Forest. And then before that, he played the July 11th against the Twins. And then the 3rd against the Steamers. So his games have been split between each week. Only 3 games the past 3 weeks. He's getting the start now. Phillips Daniels got the start last night. Now Josh Wilson behind the plate. Colin Hughes has been hitting as the extra hitter a lot recently. He's not in the lineup tonight. Extra hitter tonight was Armani Newton. It's now Cruz Newman. Armani Newton at right. Josh Wilson looks at 2 balls to start the at-bat. Hot summer night here. Heading into the weekend. Fun night to watch some baseball here in Tarboro. Here's the 2-0 to Wilson, and that breaking ball gets in there for strike 1. Wilson batting .143 on the season with a .316 on base percentage. Has 4 hits, 3 singles, and a double, 6 RBIs. He's more walks than strikeouts, 7-6 ratio. He looks at that one in the dirt. 3-1, looking to add another walk to his resume. Would be his 8th of the season. And that would load the bases with our leadoff hitter, Armani Newton, at the plate. He's on deck right now. Here we go with Josh Wilson. And then the 3-1 count, 2 outs, runners on the corners, 1-0 ball game. Here's the pitch, and that is in there. Josh Wilson thought he had the walk, about to throw his bat back. Big spot for him to turn the lineup around and it would be with the bases loaded. Could open up this game. Riverbend has been doing that in the second inning. There's a pitch. He hits it into right field. Alex Impasamato under it as he lines it right at him at right field. That'll be the end of the second inning, as the Riverbend has strand runners on the corners. They do put up one, and the River Bandits are now leading 1-0 heading into the third. We'll see you here on YouTube Live in the third inning with Jay Bullock back out on the mound for the River Bandits. Back to the top of the batting order for the Wake Forest Fungo as Thomas Fox leading off the third inning. Jay Bullock continuing out on the mound, has no runs against him so far. Stranded 4 runners already in the first 2 innings. 1 hit against him, but 3 walks. That's hit over to Johnny Wall. Another line out caught, this time directly at him. No need for a diving grab. Johnny Wall making some great plays at shortstop. Nice to have a quick out for Jay Bullock already at 38 pitches. Without those walks, he'd be doing great right now. Still a great outing so far as that breaking ball gets in there. Nice pitch on the inside corner. Oh and 1, Evan Harding, the center fielder at the plate. Evan Harding had a walk the first time and 2 stolen bases. Got over to third, but he got stranded there. Now 1-1 to him. That gets yanked. Way outside, gets all the way to the backstop. Messes with the camera just a little bit. 2-1, Jay Bullock trying to make this a long outing. That's fouled off, out of play. Jay Bullock out of Brunswick Community College. He had 27 innings pitched last season with 25 hits, 13 earned runs, 26 strikeouts, 18 walks, and 1 home run allowed. Only had 1 earned run given up at home last season. He was a great home pitcher. Been pitching away a lot this season. Here's his first home start. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. A high breaking ball in the top of the zone, and Evan Harding can't lay off of it. Goes down swinging.
The second baseman, number 6, Anthony Mitta.
Bringing up Anthony Mitta, another chance to go 1-2-3. He didn't last inning, had 2 quick outs, and then runners got on first and second. looking to have an inning without having to strand anyone with Anthony Mitta, their second baseman, at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup, pitch home, and that's upstairs. Bullock's pitch, same spot above the letters, 2-0. He's at 42 pitches now. Excuse me, 43, including that one. That was his first strikeout of the game against Harding. That one's in there. Fastball down the heart of the plate. Try to see if I can get how fast he's throwing here with our mini radar gun. That's inside. That went in there at 72. Was a breaking ball. 3-1 now to Anthony Mitta. Jason Arendt, their cleanup hitter, on deck. Here's the 3-1, and that's yanked inside. Ball 4. Another chance at a 1-2-3 inning, and just doesn't happen. It's his 4th walk of the game. Jay Bullock still pitching very well, but the walk has been his problem. In 7 1/3 innings before this, he had 11 walks and no earned runs against him for the River Bandits, so that's been his struggle all season. That's outside, ball 1. On June 9th, he had 4 walks in Tarboro. June 16th, he had 4 walks against the Steamers. And then July 18th, he had 3 walks against the Fungo. So he's facing the Fungo once again. Runner goes. Josh Wilson, the throw over to second. And it's going to be not in time as runner slides in safely. But he gets a swing and a miss, wakes at 1-1. Now a runner in scoring position, trying to tie this game up in the 3rd inning. Anthony Mitta with the stolen base. Bullock's 1-1 pitch. It is not going to be thrown as takes a step off, looking over at Mitta at second. It's the longest outing that Bullock has went all season, all out of the bullpen. 2 innings in 2 of the games and just 1 in a couple of the other ones. That throw was low. JP Bell scoops it up, keeps Anthony Mitta at second. He's only faced 39 batters and only 162 pitches on the season. He's getting a start here, looking to go long. He has the arm to do it. Got to cut down those walks. Here's the pitch. That's low. Comes in at 76. Josh Wilson blocks it. No throw over to second as Mitta was threatening to go to third. Beautiful skies here in Tarboro. Just partly cloudy. Once again, another hot and humid night. This time a packed crowd for ladies' night. Ladies get in free. Here's the 2-1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Two and two now. He's 1 strike away from stranding Mitta at second. Looks over at second. Here's the 2-2, and that bounces up. Mitta's going to get into third safely. Now another runner at third with a chance to score. Trying to tie this game up, 3-2. Deja vu of the first inning. A runner gets into third, and the next batter in a full count works the walk and goes to first, and then he strands him on the corners. Let's see if he can get out Jason Arendt without having to strand him on the corners. Trying not to walk him. Here's the payoff pitch. just spoiled off. It's a nice breaking ball, but Arendt gets a piece of it. Arendt batting .275, has a chance with a runner at third. And Anthony Mitta, here's the payoff pitch, just spoils it off once again. Good job from him, making it tough on Bullock on the mound. As that's two good pitches from Bullock, but he just stays alive, found it off, waiting for the pitch he wants. Mitta threatening at third. Another payoff pitch, spoiled off again. 3 consecutive foul balls from Jason Arendt. Jason Arendt has walked 17 times this season. Make it 18. He had a walk in the first inning. Looking for his 19th. Here's the payoff. That's outside. He gets his 19th walk of the season and puts him on the corners. It's exactly as I mentioned it as deja vu in the first inning. It's almost exactly alike as it is running up his pitch count, but another chance to get out of this inning and strand runners on the corners. Runner's going to go. Throw over to second. Not in time. Another stolen base. Plenty already in the game against Bullock on the mound. Bullock at 58 pitches through 2 2/3 innings. He's in a 1-0 count to Jackson Ritecki, their DH. He's in their 5 spot. Pitch home, upstairs. Not wanting to load these bases up. He has 5 walks already on the game, still no earned. But the Fungo are threatening to take the lead here with Ritecki. And he pops it up over to Boogie Saunders at center field. He's looking at it, he's getting under it, and he gets it for out number 3. Once again, stranding the runners, not on the corners this time, on second and third. End of the third inning, Jay Bullock still with a scoreless appearance, but he does have 5 walks. That's the end of the top half of the third, and we'll see it here in the bottom half with the River Bandits trying to get on the board, or more on the board. They're already up 1-0, trying to extend that 1-0 lead. We'll see it here on YouTube Live. River Bandits in a 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third, facing off against Adam Smith and the Wake Forest Fungo. Monty Newton, his first at bat, leading off the game, worked a walk. He's down in the count 0-1 to start this inning. Adam Smith, no hits against him, but a 1-0 lead for the Bandits. As Armani's Newton goes hacking for that one above the zone. Some high heat from Adam Smith, and he can't get his barrel to it. 0-2, quickly 0-2. Looks at the sign from Austin Williams, the 0-2 pitch, and that's just low. 1-2. Monty Newton, favorite team, the Tampa Bay Rays. I didn't know that as he slings that foul. He got a hold of that one, but he was early on it. One and two to Newton to lead off the third. Swung at it late, but got a piece of it and stays alive. Hits the top of the stadium. River Bandits looking for their first hit of the game, even with the 1-0 lead. Fungo with an error and a couple stolen bases on both sides, but Ethan Barnes stole home after John Howard was faking him out, stealing second. Got Ethan Barnes home. Here's the pitch. He grounds it over to the first baseman, Hogan Stallings. He holds on to it and tags first base for out number one. Bringing up our shortstop, Johnny Wall, has already made 3 line drive catches, 2 of them diving plays, 1 right at him. He fouls that back. Johnny Wall didn't have anything in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. He looks at a fastball that must have missed high. That looked like it was down the heart of the plate. Adam Smith out of Leesville Road High School. Pitching, and that's the outside corner. Johnny Wall now down 1-2. Adam Smith with 32 and 2/3 innings pitched, 27 hits against him, and 17 earned runs with 16 walks and 44 strikeouts in high school. Here's the 1-2 to Wall. He hits it. No man's land in shallow right, and he can't make the play. Anthony Mitta tries to get to it as Alex Imposamato had no play at right field. Anthony Mitta ran out there in shallow right, did not get there in time. Cruz Newman now at the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Johnny Wall just got the first hit for the River Bandits as he looks at that one upstairs. Johnny Wall with a bloop single into shallow right. Cruz Newman leading the River Bandits with 5 home runs and a .435 batting average. That one hits the outside corner. Newman not happy with the call. Cruz Newman out of Walters State Community College with 49 games played and a .348 batting average with 13 home runs there, 37 RBIs, 38 runs, 21 walks, and 35 strikeouts. 1-1. He slaps that foul. Now 1-2 to Cruz Newman. Johnny Wall is also in a 1-2 count. One and two to Newman. Pitch home, and he goes down hacking. Swinging for the fences. Can't get his barrel to it. So I don't know what's going on. I think he's talking to the dugout. Not happy. If you're new here, I have to mute the mic here on YouTube to not get copyrighted while music plays. So that is why your device, whatever you're watching it on, goes mute. It's not your device's fault. Snyder fouls that off. A lot of foul balls. River Bandits only with that shallow hit to right field from Johnny Wall. He's over there at first. Can't really get a hold of Adam Smith and his pitching. Snyder fouls it off again out of play. Now down on the count 0-2. Loud bang on the top of the stadium with the big crowd getting to hear it. Adam Smith at 57 pitches. Jay Bullock at 60. So both through, well, Adam Smith isn't through this inning yet, but almost through 3 innings, around 60 pitches. 0-2 to Snyder. Pitch home with Johnny Wall at first. It is fouled off again. 3 foul balls around the same spot. Snyder 0 for 1 on the day. 0-2 count here, and he gets that one outside. I think we're going to see Shea Ward out of the pen for the Wake Forest Fungo. He's not on their roster. It could be his first game. The 1-2 pitch to Snyder, pops it up. First baseman Hogan Stallings under it and makes the play for out number 3. River Bandits strand Johnny Wall at first after they get their first hit of the game with his hit to shallow right. And that'll be the end of the 3rd inning. River Bandits still leading 1-0. Hogan Stallings leading off the 4th inning for the Wake Forest Fungos. There's a talk with Josh Wilson and everybody around as there was some jawing on the Wake Forest Fungo side to our batter Cruz Newman after he struck out. A little bit of a confrontation from everybody. Seems to be settled down a little bit. Probably will come back up later in the game depending on how the rest of this game goes. Still a 1-0 ball game as the offense for the River Bandits has cooled down after their 6-game win streak. They could still win this game and get the offense going, but Pitch home, and there's a big swing and a miss. One and one to Hogan Stallings. He's a big framed lefty hitter, first baseman. That breaking ball from Bullock misses. Bullock and Adam Smith through 3 innings. Both had 60 pitches. And both threw 32 strikes. That's actually a pretty cool stat. Now 3-1 to Hogan Stallings. Jay Bullock with 5 walks on the game, only 1 hit against him. And Adam Smith has 4 walks against him and only 1 hit against him. But Bullock, no runs earned yet. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that's yanked inside as Hogan Stallings works the leadoff walk.
The right fielder, number 11, Alex Impasamato.
Bringing up Alex Impasamato. He's their right fielder tonight. He's 0 for 1 as Hogan Stallings was 0 for 1 until, well, he got that walk. He's still 0 for 1, but he gets on base with the walk. And on deck, Jack Boyles, who had a hit. The only hit, it was an infield single. As Jay Bullock's breaking ball seemed to be coming out of his hand early and sailing high a lot here in this inning. Runner on first with no outs, trying to keep it a 1-0 ball game as Bullock pitch home, grounded out towards third base, but foul. Hogan Stallings doesn't look like a guy that's really going to steal many bases. I don't know exactly how many stolen bases he has, if he even has an attempt. He's a very tall guy. Doesn't necessarily mean he can't run, as the Fungo have been running against Jay Bullock with his slower approach on the mound. Running against him often. That's hit into right field. Armani Newton not going to keep running at it as it's out of play. One and two now. Looking for a strikeout of Alex Impasamato. He wouldn't mind a ground ball either. Nice little 6-4-3. Here's the 1-2. And he pops it up. Max Bernal in foul territory. Gets under it for out number 1. I think Jay Bullock be happy with that as well. Bringing up Jack Boyles, or Bowles. Don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but he's their shortstop. Had the lone hit for the Fungo this game. A low-scoring game, still early. Breaking ball misses low. Three stolen bases already for the Fungo, as that's hit into right center field. Armani Newton going to get under that, and he is there for out number 2. Couple of quick outs after Hogan Stallings got over to first with a walk.
The third baseman, number 1, Tommy Martinez.
Bringing up Tommy Martinez. Martinez on the season, batting .319 in 59 plate appearances with 15 hits, 14 of them singles with 1 double, has 10 RBIs and 14 runs. That's grounded out over to John Howard at third. Going to be a tough play with a chopper. Throw over to first. Max Bernal gets it, stretch out, and he gets him in time for out number 3. Great play from John Howard to pick up the chopper. And a great stretch from Max Bernal for out number 3. We'll see it here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Jay Bullock continues on the mound with great pitching, putting the River Bandits bats in a great position to extend their 1-0 lead. Max Bernal leading off the 4th inning for the River Bandits in a 1-0 ball game. 1 hit on both sides, 1 error for the Fungo. Max Bernal hits that into first base foul territory in 1 pitch. Hogan Stallings is under it for out number 1. It's 2 times this game where Max Bernal goes down in 1 pitch. Flied out 1 time and popped up in foul territory this time. Ethan Barnes swings and misses at that one to start his at-bat. Max Bernal went down, popping up over to Hogan Stallings, and Ethan Barnes now at the plate, down in the count 0-1. Barnes looking to keep this hitting streak alive as he fouls that out of play. Now down 0-2. Barnes does have a walk and a run this game. On the season, Barnes now hitting .408 with a .517 on base percentage. On base all the time. Trying to make it an 8-game hit streak. 5 of them multi-hit games. That's low and outside for ball 1. Ethan Barnes in that stretch does have a home run and 4 doubles, the rest of them singles. The 1-2 to Barnes. He spoils that pitch. Barnes from Longwood University, playing alongside Colin Hughes. Played 42 games in Longwood with a .228 batting average. The 1-2 breaking ball sails high. Good take from Barnes. Had 79 at-bats at Longwood with 18 hits, 17 runs, 13 walks, 10 RBIs, 4 doubles, a triple, no home runs, and 25 strikeouts. Here's the 2-2 to him, and he grounds it sharply over to the third baseman. Tommy Martinez bobbles it, makes a play over to first, and he gets him in time. Ethan Barnes can't beat it out after the bobble from Martinez at third. Bringing up John Howard with 2 outs. John Howard worked a walk in his first at bat. Looking to get on again. Grounds it out, foul down the third base side. Lots of foul balls this game. Adam Smith really creating a lot of contact with late swings and early swings. Not really getting the bat to it. He's been pitching great. John Howard looks at that ball low. 1-1 to Howard. Howard did pitch an inning this season. Had 2 strikeouts in his inning. I believe it was against the Steamers. Boogie Saunders on deck. John Howard looking for his first home run. As that's outside, 3-1. Howard, if he gets the walk here, that'd be 2 walks on the day. He hasn't played in a while. Starting to get his groove back. Here's the 3-1 to Howard. And that breaking ball gets in there from Smith. Smith looking to go 1-2-3 in this inning. Keep his pitch count down. He's at 72. Bullock also at 72. Here's the payoff. The payoff pitch, and that is in there. Strike 3 as John Howard goes down looking. Gets struck out for the 3rd out of the inning, and Boogie Saunders will lead off in the 5th inning for the River Bandits. But before that, Jay Bullock coming back out on the mound. He has 72 pitches, looking to pitch through the 5th inning. We'll see you here to watch him do that on YouTube Live. Austin Williams leading off the 5th inning, trying to tie this game up or take the lead against the River Bandits. As Jay Bullock continuing on the mound, that's his 73rd pitch of the game. It's his longest outing by far. Had 2 games in relief where he went 2 innings. As he yanks that outside, 2-0. Just heard and now looked over myself. We have someone warming in the bullpen. Looks like it could be Dawson Wiggins. Don't know exactly. At 2-0. Big swing and a miss from Williams. Bullock looking to shade off those walks. He has 6 walks on the game. That's brought his pitch count up. It's 2-1, and that's outside, 3-1. Trying to get the leadoff man out in Austin Williams as it's going to turn over to the top of the batting order and Thomas Fox, their extra hitter. .826 now. This game moving a lot faster than last night's game against the Steamers, and that is just outside. That's thought was ball 4. Oh, he calls it a strike. Okay. Didn't see him make the signal, but he called it a strike, and it looked outside. But nonetheless, a full count for Jay Bullock versus Williams. Pitch home. Breaking ball is in there. Freezes him for strike 3 for the leadoff batter to strike out in Austin Williams.
The DH, number 4, Thomas Fox.
Thomas Fox now at the plate. Thomas Fox, their leadoff hitter, extra hitter. With Jay Bullock in the strikeout to start out the inning. Now 2 consecutive breaking balls that hit the strike zone. Trying to go 1-2-3 for the first time in this game. He has 2 strikes against the leadoff hitter Fox. Pitch home, breaking ball this time, misses outside. Went back to it. Imagine we might see some high heat, try to get it past him, see if he chases at it. Don't want to waste too many pitches with your pitch count going up, but I believe this would probably be his last inning. He gets the heat, and he gets it by him for strike 3. Foul tipped into Josh Wilson's mitt for the second out of the inning. Jay Bullock, another chance to go 1-2-3. He's had 2 quick outs in 2 innings this game, and then he walks a batter or 2 and then ends up stranding them. Still only 1 hit against him, 6 walks, no earned runs. He has 6 runs against the team while he's been pitching in his relief, but no earned against him as there's been some errors while he's been pitching. Still no earned runs against him on the season. That breaking ball misses high. Bullock, if he gets through this inning, or through this batter and Evan Harding quickly, could go out again. He's at 83 pitches. Never know if he goes out there again, but gets through this, it would be his 5th inning. And that's yanked outside, 2-0. To Evan Harding at center field. To a pitch, fouled off, out of play. Now 2-1. Very close to getting this 1-2-3 inning. Been talking about it all night. He's been inching his way towards getting it. Just hasn't done it as he's walked that third batter a few times. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball is high. Now another chance for the third batter to get a walk, and this time it's Evan Harding at center field. Evan Harding has a walk already this game. He does have a strikeout, one of the 3 strikeouts for Jay Bullock, and one of the 6 walks for Jay Bullock. Looking for the second one. The 2, 3, and 4 have 4 of the walks, and he gets another one. Gets the 7th walk of the game against Bullock. Still no earned runs against him.
The second baseman, number 6, Anthony Mitta.
Anthony Mitta has a walk this game as well. Not every day you see a pitcher have 7 walks and still nothing against him, only 1 hit against him, but no earned runs, no runs at all. River Bandits bats struggling to get anything going, as last night might have deflated them just a little bit. looking to get that momentum back. And Jay Bullock's giving the bats some hope. Even with some longer innings, with some walks. Throw over to first, a tag from Bernal, not in time. Still no pitches to Anthony Mitta. This time it sails high. By the looks of it, after that walk with 2 outs, looks like it might be the end of Jay Bullock's night after this inning. Hopefully he gets the chance to get out of the inning in general if this batter gets on. He's at 88 pitches. Runner goes. The throw over from Josh Wilson. Good throw. The tag, not in time. Another stolen base against Bullock. That and the walks have been his struggle this game, but he's been getting out of innings consistently. Looking to do it again. 2-0 now to Anthony Mitta. Now 3 stolen bases for Evan Harding and 1 for Jason Arendt. Jason Arendt is on deck. Trying not to let him get an at-bat against Bullock. Pitch home, and that just misses the outside corner. Now 3-0. Bullock on the verge of throwing his 8th walk of the game. The 3-0 pitch. That gets in there. A much-needed fastball in the zone. Three and one with 2 outs. Evan Harding at second, facing off against Anthony Mitta on the mound. Jay Bullock trying to get through 5. Pitch home. Grounded over to J.V. Bell. Scoops it up over to first to Max Bernal, and that's the end of the 5th inning for the Fungo. Another runner stranded for Jay Bullock as he pitches his 92nd pitch. Looks like it could be the end of his night if he's at 92 pitches. We'll see if we throw him out there again. I doubt it, but he goes through 5, the longest of the season for him, his first start. That was great from Jay Bullock. That's the end of the top half of the 5th. We'll see the River Bandits bats here on YouTube Live in just a moment. Boogie Saunders leading off the 5th inning for the River Bandits. He looks to bunt, and he pulls it back as that's high and upstairs. High and upstairs, the same thing. Excuse me. So 1-0 to Boogie. Boogie 0 for 1 on the day, facing off against Adam Smith. Grounds that foul. Still a packed crowd here in Tarboro. On the Tarboro side packed, on the Wake Forest Fungo side, there's some fans. Not nearly as big of a crowd. Hoping for a big crowd in the playoffs. Here's the 1-1 to Saunders. He pops it up, but bunts it out of play on top of the stadium. He really looks to bunt that, and kids are fighting for it out behind the stadium. Boogie Saunders is speedy. He could get that bunt late. I can only imagine he'll get to first. But now he's down on the count 1-2. I doubt he tries to bunt again, as that's low. 2-2 now to Boogie. Could be the last inning for the starter Adam Smith for the Fungo. He's at 77 pitches. 77, I'm right. The 2-2 is outside, bounces up from the dirt. Now a full count. Boogie Saunders trying to lead off the inning, get on somehow, and put on a rally for the River Bandit Bats. As I mentioned, in the 6-game win streak, including a win against the Fungo, they were averaging over 13 runs a game. Now only 1 run halfway through this game. Full count to Boogie Saunders, lead off the 5th, and he fouls it off. Spoiled a good pitch. Would have been strike 3 if he didn't swing at it. Boogie Saunders works the walk. Got some stuff in the press box going on, excuse me. Missed that pitch, but Boogie Saunders works the walk. Bringing up J.B. Bell. Now J.B. Bell at the plate. J.B. Bell worked a walk his first at bat. Looking to get on with Boogie Saunders at first. I can see him going eventually, and he gets hit. Throws his bat. Looks like it hit him in the hand. So now 2 on, no outs with Josh Wilson, the bottom of our batting order. Josh Wilson, our catcher, at the plate now. Josh Wilson 0 for 1. He has Boogie Saunders in scoring position. J.B. Bell at first. Looks to bunt. He pops it up. Third baseman is not going to get there in time. Trying to move those runners over to second and third with our leadoff hitter of the game, Armani Newton, on deck. Now 0-1 to Wilson. Josh Wilson in high school batted .254 with 122 at-bats, 25 runs, 31 hits, 22 walks, and 12 RBIs with 1 home run. First and third playing in. 0-1 as Adam Smith takes a step off the mound, looking at Boogie Saunders at second. Runners go. Boogie Saunders slides into third, and he gets in there safe. A double steal for J.B. Bell and Boogie Saunders.
Man, we couldn't make it happen.
Now, both runners in scoring position. Only 1-1 to Josh Wilson and no outs. River Bandits still only have 1 hit on the game. Boogie Saunders worked a walk to lead off the inning, and J.B. Bell got hit in the hand. Adam Smith has 83 pitches now. Pitch home, the 1-1. Josh Wilson misses on a hanging breaking ball. 1-2 with Armani Newton on deck. First base is open for Wilson if he works a walk or gets hit. Beautiful skies here in Tarboro. We're in a big spot in this game. The 1-2, Wilson. Does he hold up? He does not. He gets called out the strikeout on the 1-2 pitch for the first out of the inning. Armani Newton with 2 runners in scoring position. J.B. Bell at second, Boogie Saunders at third. Righty-lefty matchup, he hits that very hard into center field. Center fielder Evan Harding is under it right at the wall. It's going to be a sac fly. Boogie Saunders getting into third. Boogie Saunders home. J.B. Bell to third. Brings home the second run of the game with a sac fly from Armani Newton. 2-0 River Bandits. That ball got all the way to the center field wall. Evan Harding just inches away from that wall. Got under it, but it was a sac fly for Newton. Now Johnny Wall at the plate with J.B. Bell at third. He looks at strike one. Start off his at bat. Wake Forest Fungo, always a fun game. 9-6 win for the River Bandits in the latest outing and an 8-6 loss in the River Bandits loss to them. That hits the upstairs corner for strike two. River Bandits did defeat the Fungo 11-1 in that other matchup, so River Bandits 2-1 against them, looking to go to 3-1 against the Fungo. Smith looks at the sign from the catcher Austin Williams. 0-2 with J.B. Bell at third. Johnny Wall at the plate. Looks at that one just outside. 1-2 now to Wall. Wall has the lone hit for the River Bandits this game in shallow right. River Bandits still have a 2-0 lead with some good base running and situational hitting. Here's the 1-2, breaking ball, misses low. Boy, J.B. Bell really wanted to go. He stopped himself, put his hand down, and now 2-2. Was smart to stay there as it didn't get far enough away from Austin Williams. Two and two with 2 outs. 2-0 ball game. 1 hit both sides. J.B. Bell at third. The pitch home. Hits that right at Anthony Midda in the grass for out number 3. And that's the end of the 5th inning. River Bandits do add 1 with Armani Newton's sac fly with Boogie Saunders getting home. And that's the end of the 5th inning. We'll see you here in the 6th. With most likely a new pitcher. We'll let you know who it is. Brock Arender now on the mound in relief of Jay Bullock. That was in the strike zone. Josh Wilson can't get hold of it. Still strike one. At the plate, Jason Arendt. Jason Arendt, so far this game, has some good stuff going for him. He has 2 walks this game, looking for another. Now a 1-1 count as that almost hit him. Brock Arender, a lefty pitcher here for the River Bandits, pitched 12 1/3 innings, as that is low and outside, ball 2. Arender has 8 games played with 58 batters faced. He's 1-0 on the season. That is inside, ball 3. Arender only 9 hits against him. 6 earned runs, 10 runs in general, 11 walks, 21 strikeouts with a 4.38 ERA. Here's the 3-1 pitch from him. That bounces in the dirt. Doesn't have control in his first at bat in relief of Jay Bullock. And Jason Arendt works his 3rd walk of the game. He's been on base all 3 times he's been at the plate. Bringing up Jackson Ritecki. Josh Wilson's going to go have a short little talk with Brock Arender. Jay Bullock's final pitching line, 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 8 walks. So the fact that you can go through 5 innings with only 1 hit and 8 walks, going through 5 with 8 walks it's very, very impressive. That means you're stranding a lot of runners on the bases, and you have some tough and stressful innings. He put it on himself, the stressful innings, but he got out of them. He did it all himself, too. Had some help from Johnny Wall at shortstop with some good defense, and good defense in general. John Howard with a nice chopper that he got to in time, and a nice stretch from first baseman Max Bernal. Here's a lefty-lefty matchup. First, Jackson Ritecki. He's going to get 2 lefty-lefty matchups in a row with Hogan Stallings on deck. Looking to get a ground ball. Pitch home, and that just misses low. So a 2-0 ball game, still 1 hit on both sides. It's been a pitching duel, even though there's been 5 walks on their side, and now 9 walks on the River Bandit side. The 1-2 pitch, and that is in there. A late strike 3 call, and he freezes Jackson Ritecki for out number 1. Bringing up the big lefty, Hogan Stallings. And they still have Jay Bullock on game changer as they think he's still pitching. So Bullock really has 7 walks and 3 strikeouts, and now Arender has a walk and a strikeout himself. Pitch home to Hogan Stallings is outside. Josh Wilson trying to frame it, trying to get Hogan Stallings to reach for that one. He doesn't get the swing and a miss. Runner inching over at first, and that breaking ball misses outside. Oh, excuse me. Couldn't find much about Brock Arender before the River Bandits. Don't have exactly where he's at, but he throws over to first to Max Bernal, and Just kind of keeping an eye on that man at first. And Jason Arendt. Arendt does have a stolen base this game. Probably looking for a second now with a lefty. But now he's going to go looking for it, and it gets out of Josh Wilson's hand as he takes his eye off the ball, looking to throw it quickly, and just no throw at all. Now 3-0, 1 out, and a man on second base. Render looking at the sign from Wilson. Looking for a pop-up. Here's a pitch. That fastball gets in there. .852 here in Tarboro on the top of the 6th. Game is slowed down. Lots of walks this game on both sides. Runner looking to go. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Arender works it back full. Crowd sticking through the light hitting game. Only one on each side. Lefty-lefty matchup. The payoff pitch from Arender with Arendt on second is fouled. So we'll do it again. Jason Arendt now with 2 stolen bases. Evan Harding with 3. So 5 stolen bases between 2 players. Jack Bowles or Boyles, don't know exactly how to pronounce it, has the only total base for the Fungo. And that's fouled off. Another payoff pitch spoiled from Stallings. He's working a good at bat. He's the most home runs on the Fungo side. Render taking his glove off, wiping his hands off, and taking a little break here with the payoff pitch awaiting. He looks at the sign from Wilson. A long at bat from Stallings. Feels like it's been 10 minutes on this at bat. Looks over at second. Pitch home, and that's outside. Stallings works the full count walk. And Josh Wilson looks like he's going to go talk to him, doesn't? Going back behind the plate, bringing up Alex Impasamato, the right fielder. Render looking for a ground ball. Been lots of players on the bases for both teams, and mostly from walks. Only 1 hit on both sides, and it's a lot of men left on. Great job from Jay Bullock leaving a bunch of men on. Runner's going to go to third. The throw over to third. John Howard tags him, and he's safe. That was a close call, close play, and a good tag from Howard. Just not in time now. Third stolen base of the game for Jason Arendt.
Rookie.
Hogan Stallings at first. Double play still in play as he's a big hitter. 1-0. Or 1-1, excuse me. With runners on the corners. Arendt trying to keep this win in line for Jay Bullock. Arender, excuse me, not Arendt. Arendt at third base. Brock Arender on the mound. He's in relief of Bullock. Here's the 1-1. Grounded out. Over to J.B. Bell. He throws it over to Johnny Wall. Throw over to first in the double play. The 4-6-3 double play to end the inning, and it's exactly what Brock Arender and the River Bandits need to keep this game at 2-0. We'll see it here in the bottom of the 6th. River Bandits trying to extend that 2-0 lead after a big double play. Cruz Newman leading off the bottom of the sixth inning after a big double play. A 4-6-3. JB Bell shoves it over to Johnny Wall. He tags second base, throws it over to Max Bernal in time for the double play. Now a new pitcher on the mound in relief of Adam Smith. We have Shea Ward. He's not on the roster sheet, but I was told before the game that he was going to be the first one out of relief and not on the roster. Cruz Newman, big swing and a miss. He's swinging for the fences, as he does a lot of the time, and it's been working. He got jawed at from the Fungo bench. Last at bat, he fouls that back. Now he's down 0-2. Looking for a hit here in the sixth inning. Only a 2-0 ball game. One hit both sides. That's upstairs. Good take from Newman. The 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Cruz Newman goes down swinging. He strikes out for the second time this game. Brings up Eston Snyder. Shea Ward looking to come in and put a nice relief inning or innings. Don't know how long we'll see him. Facing off against Cruz Newman, who we got the strikeout. Now Eston Snyder, and on deck, Max Bernal. 1-0 to Snyder. He hits that sky high into center field. Evan Harding running that down, and he's under it for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Shea Ward. Max Bernal now at the plate. One and 0 now to Max Bernal. Max Bernal 0 for 2 on the game. Looks at that one up high. 2-0 now. He's out of CSU Bakersfield. He did not play his freshman year, but in high school, Buchanan High School earned first-team All-State and All-League honors in 2021. He hits that, slaps it to left field. Left fielder Jason Arendt under it, just in play for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for the reliever Shea Ward. And we'll put on Brock Arender once again. We'll see it here in the top of the 7th inning. Not too much longer. Riverbend is trying to hold on to this 2-0 ball game. Jack Bowles, the lone hitter for the Fungo. leading off here against Brock Arender as he looks at a ball upstairs to start the inning. The Wake Forest Fungo have 9 outs remaining to try to take the lead or tie this ball game. Brock Arender trying to keep that from happening. That's 2 balls upstairs already to start this inning. 2-0 pitch, and that one's outside. Now 3-0, 3 quick balls to Jack Bowles. He's their shortstop tonight. And that one's in there, strike 1. Two-0 ball game, 1 hit both sides. Here's the 3-1. That one's in there. He works it back full. Good job from Arender. Starting to find his fastball. Here's the payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss. He works it back full and gets a strikeout of the leadoff hitter, Jack Boyes. Quick strikeout, works it back full. Now he's facing off against Tommy Martinez. That ball's low for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch, and that is upstairs, 2-0. On the season, Tommy Martinez with 59 plate appearances, 14 singles, and a double, hitting .319 on the season. As he looks at ball 3, now 3-0 again quickly. It's getting very hot and buggy here in Tarboro. Coming right past 9 o'clock, now 9:05 in the top of the 7th. Here's the 3-0, and that sails high. A 4-pitch walk on the second batter of the inning. Tommy Martinez now at first, and Austin Williams coming up at the plate. Arender now has a man on first base in Tommy Martinez, looking for another ground ball double play. Yeah, that's fouled out of play into their dugout. Crowd is still pretty thick. Not thinning out too much, as that's fouled off. Same spot, 0-2. That might have just hit a car. Max Bernal trying to keep Tommy Martinez at first. Do have a lefty now on the mound and Arender, making it harder to steal, and that's inside, 1-2. One out, 2-0 ball game. Not a lot going on here tonight. A lot of walks. 1-2, and that one is not in there. Wow, that misses somewhere. That looked down the heart of the plate. 2-2 now. Maybe it'll work in his favor. Maybe he'll get the ground ball again in this inning instead of the strikeout here against Williams. Runner's going to go, though, but he does get the ground ball. It's not going to be a play at second. Throw over to first, and out number 2 as Johnny Wall makes the play. But a good job from Tommy Martinez to go on that pitch, and that took away the double play opportunity.
number 4, Thomas Fox.
Bringing up Thomas Fox, one swing of the bat, and this is a tie ball game. Trying to keep it at 1 hit. This would be the lowest hit total for the River Bandits of the season. I think both ways. Pitching and hitting wise. Hits allowed and hits very low for both sides tonight as Render's pitch is outside. Martinez, though, in scoring position with Thomas Fox, their extra hitter, leadoff hitter, up at the plate. He's in a big spot. He's hitting .255 on the season. Pitch home, and that just misses outside. Crowd thinks that was in there. Fox has 61 plate appearances, 10 singles, 2 doubles, and 4 RBIs. Chance for his fifth here, fifth and sixth if he gets it out. Doesn't have a home run on the season. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. Here's the 2-0. Big swing and a miss. He was swinging for the fences there. 2-1. Martinez at second base. And the Render trying to get out of this inning. His pitch home is in the dirt, 3-1. As they put 2 at-bats of Arenders to Jay Bullock. But Arenders really at 2 innings, and that is in there for strike 2. Works it back full. Arender should be at 2 innings with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. No hits against him. Only 1 hit against Jay Bullock. Render looking over at second. His payoff pitch just spoiled off. Might have been ball 4 that looked low. But the batter, Thomas Fox, gets a piece of it. I'll check the weather for tomorrow night. We should be here tomorrow night against the Greenbrier Knights. Looks like it should be sunny skies tomorrow. Pitch home. That's flied out into right field, foul territory. Armani Newton trying to run it down, and it's out of play. So another payoff pitch coming from Arender. Excuse me, we play the OBX Scallywags tomorrow night. That should be a really fun game. That's been a rivalry in itself this season. Oh, excuse me, we're not playing the Scallywags. It does say that on the schedule, but here's the payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. Brock Arender strands him at second base and keeps the game 2-0. The Fungo 6 outs away from losing this ball game. River Bandits trying to extend that 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Ethan Barnes leading off the bottom of the 7th inning, facing off against Shea Ward once again. Grounded out sharply over to Tommy Martinez, and he makes a great scoop for out number 1. That's happened twice now for Ethan Barnes.
The third baseman, number 6, John.
Bringing up John Howard, our third baseman tonight. He has a walk and a strikeout on the day. Not really anybody with hits today. Johnny Wall has our 1 hit. John Howard swings and misses at that one. Seems like he tried to hold up right at the last second. Couldn't do it. Low scoring affair, a pitching duel, and that breaking ball is low. It's hard for me to actually call it a pitching duel, though, with the amount of walks there's been this game. 10 for the River Bandits and 5 for the Fungo. Here's the 1-1. John Howard misses that barely down the third base side. Almost hit it fair. Would have been a double for John Howard if it stayed fair. Just a little early on it. 1-2 now. He's getting his barrel to the ball. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's outside. He yanks it 2-2. Not a lot going on. 1 hit, both sides, 1 error for the Fungo. 2-0 ball game, River Bandits. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and there's a big swing and a miss. He goes down hacking. Second out of the inning, bringing up Boogie Saunders. Bringing up Boogie Saunders. He is no one on the bases for him with 2 outs. And he looks at strike 1. Shea Ward has been dealing so far out of the pen. 5 batters, 5 outs. This one goes all the way to the backstop, 1-1. One and one to Boogie, and he holds up, but it's in there for strike 2. Boogie Saunders in the 1-2 count. He swings and misses at that one, and he's going to stay put and let him tag him. Catcher Austin Williams dropped it, but tags Boogie Saunders around home plate. And Shea Ward once again goes 1-2-3, so he's been great out of the pen. River Bandits bringing out, most likely, Brock Arenda again. Yep, he's coming out. So we'll see him again in the 8th inning as River Bandits are 6 outs away from winning this ballgame. Evan Harding, their center fielder, who has 3 stolen bases this game, is leading off in the 8th inning. He grounds it out over to John Howard. He scoops up the chopper to throw over to Max Bernal at first. Is low, and he scoops it in time. A great scoop from Max Bernal.
The second baseman, number 6, Anthony Mitta.
Anthony Mitta, their second baseman, up at the plate. That could have been big if John Howard had a throwing error there over to Max Bernal at first. Would have put a man on with no outs. And with only there being 1 hit on both sides, you just don't want to put an error on the scoreboard. John Howard was close to doing that. Max Bernal scooped it up and saved him just a bit. But John Howard's been making some great plays at third tonight, and luckily not an error there. Strike 1 from Brock Arender over to Anthony Mitta. A lefty-lefty matchup. He's staying in the game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He holds up, but it's in there for strike 2. Arender getting ahead of the count here in this inning, as that hasn't been the case for any of the River Bandit pitchers so far this game, which has only been him and Jay Bullock. They've been down on the count a lot this game and a lot of walks. But this time an 0-2 count over to Anthony Mitta and already 1 out. Looking to get the second here with a strikeout, pitch home, and that's up. Oh, he strikes him out late. Wow, what a late call. Had to sit there and think about it. And the third base coach coming to talk to the home plate umpire, and he's swiping the ground. Can only imagine he might get tossed, and looks like that might be what just happened. That was a pretty non-aggressive toss, but he pointed his finger to get out of here. Brock Arender gets the strikeout. Now a new third base coach going down over there, and the same thing happened last night with Brandon Matthews, our hitting coach, and he was over there at third base. He came down and swiped the dirt, but the home plate umpire was more lenient. This home plate umpire saw the swipe and said, "You are out of here." Now 2 quick outs for Arender, a ground out with a strikeout of Anthony Mitta. As that's hit hard into left center field. Boogie Saunders going to the wall and jumps up, and that ball's gone. He throws that bat, a pimp job from Jason Arendt. He already has 3 stolen bases now. The second hit of the game, a home run, makes it a 1-run ball game, 2-1 River Bandits. So this game is not over. Second hit for the Fungo, but the first run for them, and now a 2-1 ball game. River Bandits still lead. First earned run of the game. Jackson Rutecki now at the plate, lefty-lefty matchup. That ball was absolutely demolished from Jason Arendt. Brock Arender trying to bounce back after that home run. And that ball is in there, a fastball for strike 1. Try to get his pitch on the radar. Pitch home, that breaking ball misses. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball goes over his head at 67 miles per hour. Two and one to Jackson Rutecki. Big pitch. That fastball misses low. 3-1. I think Rutecki might have thought he had the walk. Looked up at the scoreboard That's the third ball of the at-bat. Crowd has thinned out just a little bit, but still a nice looking crowd here in Tarboro on Friday night. Great night for baseball, 3-1. That's hit high over to Armani Newton. I think he just missed that. Gave me a little bit of a heart attack there, and Armani Newton drops it. He's going to get into second. Well, throw over to second, and he's going to get there safely. Armani Newton drops the ball and keeps the life for the Fungo. Coach Crosby talking to the home plate umpire. He's not happy with something. And Hogan Stallings, who's a home run threat, is at the plate. Another lefty hitter, but Brock Arender still on the mound. Jason Arentz hit a bomb over to center field, and Jackson Ritecki just missed a home run. He didn't hit it that far, but he hit it into right field, but it looked like he had a chance at it to hit it out, just missed it, and Armani Newton goes under it and drops it over in right field. Pitch home is outside, 1-0. Small render and a 1-0 count. This game is getting interesting. Pitch home, that is in there. That fastball gets on the outside half. Fastball has been his best stuff, but the home run was hit off his fastball, and the ball before was also hit off his fastball that Armani Newton dropped. We'll see what he throws here in a 1-1 count with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Hits the dirt. He's going to go to third, and Josh Wilson's going to have no play. That came in at 80 miles per hour. Now 2-1 with a man on third. Chance to tie the game here. Could have extras here tonight if they get the score. Trying to tie it at 2-2 or take the lead with a Hogan Stallings bomb. Pitch home. Slaps it down the first base side and foul. Thought it was 2-2. It says 2-1 on the scoreboard here. Pitch home. Breaking ball misses. 3 balls now. 3-2. It is 3-2. So a payoff pitch here. Massive pitch to keep the River Bandits in the lead. This could be the deciding factor in this game. Lefty-lefty matchup to Stallings. Brock Arender's payoff pitch. Here it is. He chops it. Going to be a tough play for Arender. The throw over to first. Not in time, and they get the run home. It's tied 2-2. A swinging bunt. And the Fungo are hype over there in their dugout. Alex and Pasamato now at the plate as this is a tied ball game here. The Fungo now have 3 hits. River Bandits only have 1. Pitch home, and that's on the inner half for strike 1. Needing a big hit here. River Bandits, if they can get Alex and Pasamato out, they'll have 8, 9, 10 in the 9th inning. So here's a pitch. That's upstairs, 1-1. One and one to Pasamato with Hogan Stallings at first. You got that swinging bunt, and that fastball gets in there. Strike 2. Needing a strikeout here. Can't let them take the lead after the game is all tied up now. Pasamato 0 for 3 on the day. Orender trying to make him go 0 for 4. He's in favorable count, 1-2 with Hogan Stallings at first. The pitch home. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. River Bandits trying to get that momentum back as Orender gets the strikeout to end the inning. We're heading to the bottom half of the 8th. River Bandits have 6 outs, and the Fungo have 3 outs remaining. So the River Bandits still in the advantage with J.B. Bell and Josh Wilson, the next 2 batters. We'll see it here in the bottom of the 8th inning in a 2-2 ball game. J.B. Bell leading off the bottom half of the 8th as this game just got really interesting in a 2-2 ball game. A home run from Jason Arendt. And a swinging bunt that gets to the backstop, almost hits our camera. That would have been devastating, but it does not. 1-0. So Arendt with that bomb to center field. Hogan Stallings brought home Jackson Rutecki off a swinging bunt. He was at third base. Pitch home to Bell. Looks at ball 2. Shea Ward still on the mound. He's went scoreless and hitless, or anythingless in his first 2 innings. J.B. Bell pops that up over to third base. Tommy Martinez in fair territory is under it for out number 1. Josh Wilson now at the plate. That's ripped to the backstop. 1-0 as Shea Ward was in a 2-0 count versus JB Bell, but he goes swinging and gets under it, pops it up to Tommy Martinez. Unfortunate when he was in a favorable count. Josh Wilson now in a 1-0 count as he looks at that one inside, 2-0 again. Two and 0 to Wilson, and that's yanked. 3-0. Just need some base runners with Armani Newton, the leadoff hitter, coming up at the plate. 3-0, and that is outside and low. Josh Wilson works a 4-pitch walk. Armani Newton now at the plate. Made that error over in right field where he dropped a flyout that would have ended the inning. They ended up going and scoring that run and made it 2-2. Now he's in a 1-0 count for Shea Ward. Armani Newton trying to get something going after that error. He does have an RBI and a walk. He'd love a hit here. Get Josh Wilson into scoring position, and he bombs that. That's a no-doubter. He makes up for his error. That's into the trees, and he pips it. Looks over at the dugout. A 2-run shot. 4-2 River Bandits. The crowd goes wild. Wow, wow, wow. That's the longest home run I've seen here in Tarboro. And he wanted to make up for that error so bad. The whole team jumps up. Everyone is hype. Music is playing, so I'm trying to mute my mic, but a lot going on. Umpire's talking to everybody here. I'll let you know what's going on when we can. Coaches going back to their respective dugouts after the 2-run bomb from Armani Newton. That was wild. Johnny Wall at the plate as that ball is low for ball 1. Not a lot going in the chat tonight, but Joea in 1970 says, way to go Armani, and that is right. That was crazy. Crazy hit for him and for the River Bandits. Now 1-1 to Wall. Pitch home, and Wall looks at that one low. Armani Newton leading the River Bandits before the game in RBIs and definitely continuing to lead. That's his second home run of the season, now at 19 or 20 RBIs. He's 3 RBIs this game, and Johnny Wall swings at that one, 2-2. 2-2 to Johnny Wall from Shea Ward, and he goes reaching for that one on that breaking ball. It's a nice slider to get him struck out with the second out of the inning. Cruz Newman coming up to bat. Two outs with Cruz Newman at the plate looking at ball one. Cruz Newman striking out 2 times this game. He's been jawed out by the Fungo. And so is everybody, really. A lot of talking on both sides. And Armani Newton might have got the last laugh. Cruz Newman looking at that one low, 2-0. Two and 0. He grounds that foul. Now 2-1 in a 4-2 ball game. Cruz Newman trying to get something going this game. Here's the pitch. He slaps it towards the first baseman, Hogan Stallings. He's going to try to beat it out, and Hogan Stallings beats him to the bag. But the River Bandits hit a 2-run bomb from Armani Newton. That's the end of the 8th inning. 3 outs remaining. Thank you, Darlene, in the chat. I forgot that when I click home run, it doesn't automatically put on the score, so I had it at 2-2. It is 4-2 River Bandits. Leighton Dupree coming in for the save opportunity, facing off an 8-9-1, starting off with Jack Bowles. And that first pitch gets in there for strike one. Leighton Dupree, first time out here in a while. Dupree has 13 innings pitched for the River Bandits. Last time was July 5th against the Clovers. His last two outings have been against the Clovers. Went 2 innings both times. One of them a start. That gets to the backstop, 1-1. His start that he went 2 innings on, he had 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, and a strikeout. And then the other one, 2 innings, had 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. He has a 7.61 ERA on the season. Has 20 walks on the season. That's really been his struggle. Only 10 hits against him. Did the batter go? And he did. He appealed down to first base, and they say he went. Big time for Leighton Dupree to get ahead in the count. Dupree trying to get this save here. First batter. He's ahead in the count, 1-2. The pitch home is upstairs, 2-2. It's getting late here in Tarboro, 9:46. Leighton Dupree trying to end this game as quickly as he can. He's in a 2-2 count with a leadoff hitter of this inning, Jack Bowles. It's B-O-W-L-E-S sometimes, and then on Game Changer it's B-O-Y-L-E-S. I don't know which one to call him. And that is outside in the dirt, 3-2. It's a full count. You don't want to start off with a leadoff walk. This would be chaotic if he does. If he does that, he's going to bring it back at some point, unless there's a double play, to the top of the order. And you don't want to do that, as 2 through 6 really have done everything this game. Jack Bowles up at the plate. He does have a hit this game. Didn't get in with that. Evan Harding, Jason Arendt both have 3 stolen bases. Pitch home, that's fouled off. Good pitch from Dupree. Three and 2 to Bowles. Bowles has a hit and a strikeout this game. Here's the payoff pitch from Dupree, and that skips off the dirt. A leadoff walk. Having a little talk with Josh Wilson and Leighton Dupree. Would love a ground ball. Trying to keep this lead and end the game. He has a save opportunity. Crowd sitting quietly. We do have action in the bullpen. I just got word from Jake here in the press box, just in case anything goes downhill. I don't know if there's a 3-batter rule here in Tarboro. He's facing off against Tommy Martinez as that ball is low for ball 1. Jack Bowles at first. Tommy Martinez at the plate in a 1-0 count. 4-2 River Bandits after the Armani Newton smoked one into right field into the trees. River Bandits were hype, and there was a big confrontation after between both the coaches and umpires. I think Armani Newton might have been John over at that Fungo dugout after they had been John at Cruz Newman earlier in the game, getting the back. Trying to win this game. Here's the 1-0 that hits the dirt. Runner's going to go. Josh Wilson's throw over to second. No tag. It's going to get in the center. He better not go with Boogie over there in center, or he'd be thrown out. Boogie wanted him to go. He knew he would have threw him out. Now 2-0 with a runner in scoring position and no outs. This is not good. Here's a pitch, and that's in the dirt. Runner's going to get to third. 3-0 to the batter, Tommy Martinez. Leighton Dupree at Barton College with an 18 ERA and 2 appearances. Now there's a meeting on the mound. Not a lot going on. I don't want to get copyrighted. I go mute every now and then with music being played when there's meetings on the mound. Music not being played now, I can be talking. But they're having a meeting with Josh Wilson, one of the coaches, and Leighton Dupree with a man on third base, a 3-0 count to Tommy Martinez. A long meeting, but I'll get back into Dupree's stats at Barton. He had 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 4 walks, and 1 home run. Wasn't given much of an opportunity in his first year at Barton. But at Tarboro High School, he had a 194 ERA, 12 wins, 4 losses, 27 appearances. He had a save. He has a save opportunity here right now in 112 innings pitched, 63 hits, 31 earned runs, and only 2 home runs allowed through high school. He's a 4-sport athlete in Tarboro. His native hometown is Tarboro, and he's a 6'5" pitcher who played baseball, basketball, soccer, and football. So he is an athlete. Music is coming on. We'll see if he can get out of this inning. back. I don't know exactly what just happened, but Leighton Dupree on the mound, and he was in a 3-0 count. Now a walk to Tommy Martinez. Runners on the corners here, and Leighton Dupree is getting the meeting. I don't know about the walk rule. I think he's done. Gives his baseball over to Coach Crosby, and he leaves runners on the corners. So we have a new pitcher coming in. It looks like Cruz Newman is going to be the new pitcher. Cruz Newman coming in for the pitching change. In for Leighton Dupree after he walked a couple batters and threw it to the backstop. So we'll see you here with Cruz Newman on the mound in just a moment. Cruz Newman coming to the mound. He's coming in for Leighton Dupree, who walked two batters and threw one to the backstop, and that got a man over to third base. Now runners on the corners, no outs, a 4-2 ball game. Newman with his second appearance pitching as that's hit high into right center field. Boogie Saunders is going to take it over, going to throw over to second, doesn't want to have that man get to second base. That is a sac fly. But that could have been a lot worse. It looked like Armani Newton and Boogie Saunders were going to collide.
Number 4, Thomas Fox.
Brings up the top of the batting order, Thomas Fox. He is a man on first base and one out. Cruz Newman, 2 outs away from getting this save. Thomas Fox on the day, 2 strikeouts, 0 for 4. Pitch home, and that is in there, strike 1. That was nasty. Cruz Newman has only pitched 0 1/3 innings, 6 pitchers, and he faced 1 batter, and he got an out. That hits the dirt. He got a strikeout with his 1 batter. Now he has a fly out to a Boogie Saunders already in this inning. 1-1 to Thomas Fox with a man on first base. On deck, Evan Harding, their center fielder. Newman looking for a ground ball, double play. Here's the pitch home, and that almost hits him. Gets to the backstop. Runner's going to get into second. Runner in second base, scoring position, 2-1. Now to Thomas Fox. They're a hit away from tying this ball game up. Cruz Newman on the mound. These aren't his runners, as Leighton Dupree had him on. The throw over to second. Not going to be in time. Slides in safely. Lots of bugs here tonight in Tarboro in the press box. 10 p.m. It's 2-1. It's fouled back into the netting. Two and two. It's a big strikeout opportunity to Thomas Fox as he takes off his batting glove. He's going, or batting sleeve on his elbow. Looking to tie this ball game up or take the lead. He's a home run away from taking this lead. It's a 4-3 ball game. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Newman. That's grounded foul sharply into our dugout. In it. 2-2. Cruz Newman's pitch home, and that is low. Thought he had the strikeout call. 3-2 now. This is a massive at bat. Three and two. Payoff pitch from Newman. And that's popped up. Max Bernal going to get that, and that's going to be out of play on the top of the stadium. This is big. Cruz Newman at the plate tonight. Was not himself. Had a couple of strikeouts on the mound. A chance to win this game. The big strikeout with the full count pitch. Gets a swing and a miss for out number 2. And he gets hype. He's now an out away from getting the save here in a 4-3 ball game. But they still have a runner in scoring position. And they have Evan Harding at the plate. Evan Harding on the day has 2 walks and a strikeout. He's been getting on consistently. He's 3 stolen bases this game. Pitch home. That misses the inner half. Just misses. This will be a statement win for the River Bandits. Battling adversity, coming back. A lot of talking from both sides. The 1-0 pitch is upstairs. 2-0 to Evan Harding. J.B. Bell looking at second. Pitch home, and that's upstairs again. 3-0 now to Evan Harding. On deck, Anthony Midda. Midda has a walk and a strikeout this game. You don't want to bring up Jason Arendt, who hit that bomb to center field. 3-0. Pitch home. That's inside and up. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. Anthony Midda now up at the plate. Anthony Midda at the plate. Chance to tie this ball game or take the lead. The winning run, or the go-ahead run, is at first base. 1-0. Cruz Newman on the mound for his second appearance as a River Bandit. For this, only a third of an inning pitched. He got a strikeout. Pitch home, and that's low. 2-0 now, as he hasn't been finding the strike zone consistently so far. but he does have 2 outs. Leighton Dupree wasn't finding the strike zone and left 2 men on for him. One of them scored. Now one of them's at second base. He walked one. Cruz Newman walked one of his own at first base. And now Anthony Minton, a 2-0 count, and that breaking ball gets in there for strike 1. Newman in a 2-1 count. The crowd getting rowdy. The pitch home. Big swing and a miss. That pitch comes in at 83 miles per hour. 2-2 now. He's a strike away from getting the save and beating the Fungo in a statement win. On deck, Jason Arendt. You don't want to see him. There's a 2-2 count. Game's not over yet. 1 strike away. Cruz Newman's pitch home is hit hard to first base. Max Bernal trying to throw it over to beat it out. Cruz Newman tags it back, and he's out! River Bandits win it 4-3. Great play from Max Bernal to get to it and throw it over to Cruz Newman. Cruz Newman covers first base perfectly. River Bandits win it 4-3 in a hard-fought game. You'd call it a pitching duel, but there were so many walks that I don't know if you could call it really a pitching or a hitting duel, but Armani Newton hit a go-ahead 2-run shot to right field. And that put him up 4-2. Leighton Dupree came in, put a couple men on, and Cruz Newman came in and got the save. Let one of Dupree's men on the bags get home, but they win it 4-3. And a late one. It's 10:06. Game went long. Great play. Great play from everyone to get in the win column. Start that win streak again as they're flipping. J.B. Bell, Eston Snyder, and Boogie Saunders all flipping there. And the River Bandits facing the Greenbrier Knights tomorrow for the first time this season. That is a divisional or conference play, not divisional. So that was a big win against the Fungo, and they now go to 3-1 against the Fungo in a 4-3 win. A lower scoring game for the River Bandits as of late. They've been scoring highly. But that'll do it. 4-3 victory for the River Bandits. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Dominic Kasulki. Can't wait to see you all against the Greenbrier Knights tomorrow at 7 p.m.